You were nominated once to be one of the 35 thinkers, innovative thinkers under 35 in your country. How do you define innovation?
I don't know. For me, innovation is like taking the things that you have in your head and finding a way to make them work. I think a lot of us think and dream about like what the future is supposed to look like, and innovation is just finding a way to take those ideas and make them reality.
At DLD, we discuss like every year, like kind of similar questions in terms of media business, for example. And I wonder, when do we just leapfrog like one of those questions just to get to another level, just to be courageous to go to another level? Is there something what you could recommend us?
Like specific things to do to kind of, I don't know. I mean, like, I think the way that we think about things is, you know, you iterate early and you iterate often. Like, if you have an idea for something you want to build, like, get a prototype built and just keep building on top of it, keep building on top of it. You know, like, things like this, they just don't happen overnight. Like, Foursquare is a continuation of some of the thinking at Dodgeball, my old startup. Dodgeball is a continuation of some of my thinking from, I don't know, from high school and from college and from traveling around, like when I was younger. And it's just these ideas that get stuck in your head, and just try, you know, the big challenge is finding a way to make that stuff happen.
People really they really believe in local markets. I mean, this is something what you guys are also up to. How do you see this local market thing in the next years?
I don't know. I don't think of it as local markets. I think of like we build tools that help, you know, the coffee shop that I go to in the morning and the pizza place we go to at night and the bar we go to on the weekends. We're building tools that help, you know, those businesses connect with customers. So instead of thinking of it as this giant market, we're just like, you know, it's one business at a time. And just like we think if we can build something that makes a user's life a little bit better and a little bit easier, we can build things that make one venue's life a little bit, you know, more interesting or brings in more business for them. And if you can do it for one business, you can do it for a ton of businesses.
What is the focus? Is it about making revenue, or is it more the focus on how do we change social realities?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. You know, it depends on who you ask and depends on when you ask me, right? So, I mean, my passion is in building products, and I really want to build things that change the way that people experience the real world and experience physical space. You know, we started a company to do those things. That company eventually has to generate revenue, and so along the way we're figuring out all these opportunities that enable us to do that. So, you know, as much as like we really want to build this amazing product, like those products are pivoting into things that are going to eventually generate us revenue.
And this targeting within the next years, we have several devices where we could be targeted with. We have several kind of realities we live in, so augmented or on mobile or being on specifically all the time.
Yeah.
What is the tool you work with when you think of targeting in the future?
The tool that we work with. I mean, it's data, right? So everything that we do generates data, and it's like it's a figuring out a way to mash that stuff up. Like if you look at, you know, what you do on Twitter, you respond to certain people, you don't respond to other people. Like sometimes you influence people. Like that, all that stuff is measurable. And it's the same thing with Foursquare. Like you check into places, we know which are your favorite places. We can tell which places you might like to go to. We can probably connect you with those merchants. So by going through a lot of the data, all these interesting opportunities arise to, you know, create new products and to create interesting commerce opportunities.
Thank you.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
Cool.
All right.